Hey guys, what is up? Reckless Rogue here, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are back for another episode of our RWBY Volume 7 reaction series. And this time it is to Volume 7, Chapter 6, entitled A Night Off. Now, the thumbnail was RWBY, well, like Penny and either a very tired or a very bored RWBY. It could honestly be either way because, I mean, you know, they've been doing a lot of shit lately. You know, with the missions, the training. You know, obviously she actually was there when they were dealing with Robin. You know, a whole lot. And now, you know, hearing the unrest caused by Jacques' speech, all of that's going to come into it. Of course, she could just be bored because, you know, we saw how bored she was with the supply runs, obviously. That happened in the last chapter and has been happening since they graduated, clearly, because that was obviously not the first one. Because she said, like, it makes for very long supply runs. Obviously, she's done it before and knows what that is like. But yes, the description this week reads for... After constant missions and vigorous training sessions, literally what I was talking about, the kids finally get a night off to relax. But attending a political rally may not be the most leisurely activity. Okay, and that does lead into obviously what Clover said last week, where he's like, you're free to spend your time off as you please. And obviously they were down in Mantle while that was happening, so whether that was meant to be training missions or that was just them on their time off is debatable. But I was going to say, because the other thing I saw from the thumbnail behind RWBY and Penny was clearly a screen with Jacques and Robin, maybe like, it said like a debate. I mean, literally it's even called a political rally. So like probably like a debate going on, them saying what they're going to do for the people, for the kingdom, you know, how they're going to make things better than they are currently. So that also leads into the RWBY being bored thing. Now I've actually read that and confirmed that. Yeah, it's very possibly RWBY's just bored. But last week, I mean, the whole volume so far has been a gift, but we got so much last week, you know, in the span of 18 minutes, and take out the intro and the outro about 16 minutes, you know, we got a lot. You know, we got to see them actually on proper Huntsman-Huntress missions, which is really awesome. Seeing Jean, obviously, that was great, but obviously defending the site, defending supply runs, protecting Mantle from the Grim, of course, because the supplies to repair Mantle's outer wall are being redirected to Amity Coliseum. We got to see some awesome training montage, you know, Ironwood with Oscar as the intro portrayed. Training with the Aesops, because, you know, why wouldn't you use that asset? As Ironwood said, the huntsman around you can be an asset if you're willing to work. But then the gift of all that was, we got Team Funky, and it was not just Neon and Flint, we got the entirety of Team Funky. We got the entire team. Yeah, that was so awesome. Cobalt, I believe, was one of their names. I forget the name of the other one. I've actually watched that one a few times, so I'll go back and I'll learn their name eventually. But yeah, that was really cool to get them. It was so great. Like, the comments they made, referring back to the Vital Festival, saying how far they've come, because boy have they come so far, honestly. And then speaking of Mantle's Outer Wall and the supplies, we get, of course, to the scene with Robin, who you all know took me by a bit of a shock as to her demeanour, which was not quite what I expected. I can see it, what she's doing, I just didn't quite predict that level of I want to fight. Which obviously, but luckily Clover managed to, you know, help defuse it, along with Penny, obviously, managed to defuse that situation before it broke out into something far more ugly. And clearly she's respected because, you know, Clover and Crow were both very thankful they didn't have to engage. It clearly would have been quite the fight. I mean, the fact that she's going to be standing with Crow against Tyrion as far as the intro is concerned, and I assume will happen, yeah, she's obviously a very capable fighter. And she's very well revered. So that was great. And then, of course, we got to deeper plot developments with Winter and the Maiden. We learned who the Winter Maiden was. We already knew she was, like, not in a good way due to her age because of the second chapter when they met Ironwood. But now, obviously, we know for sure, and Winter has been confirmed to be at least the chosen one for the Winter Maiden's powers. Now, we all know what happened the last time we lined up someone to be a maiden. That's something we don't like to think about too much, honestly. Here's hoping this one goes a little better. And then, of course, Jacques. Literally, as Winter said, she setting the spark to light the kingdom that's on fire. So the fact they're actually down in Mantle proves at least some control hopefully has been resumed, or like the anger's got to a level where it's not complete riots like we saw at the end of the last chapter. I'm intrigued to see how we get from literally everyone on the streets rallying up, throwing cars over, smashing screens, to the point where there is still political debate with huntsmen, or the huntresses, I guess, as far as Ruby and Penny are concerned, in the city. Then again, that might be helped because Penny is known as the Mantle hometown hero. I mean, not that's Robin, the Mantle's protector. Although, you know, after what happened at Atlas, I wonder if Robin would spread stuff. Probably not, because that wouldn't be good for the city. They'd lose morale. So I don't think they would. So it could be that Penny's loved in Mantle. It just could be maybe things are a bit better under control. And to be fair, we have seen Ruby taking part in the missions in Mantle. Maybe they've seen her. Anyway, I'm going from so many kind of possibilities here. I've rambled a bit. I think it's just about time to get into this. So without further ado, let's get in. Alright guys, here we go. We are about to get into this. RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 6, A Night Off. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go, people. Yo, I just don't know what's gonna go down in this episode. We're obviously gonna get at least Penny and Ruby down in Mantle, and I guess at the rallies. We're gonna see what Jacques' gonna try and say. Maybe he's gonna try and salvage what he fucked up royally in his speech from the last chapter. Finally, actually gonna hear from Robin on her political stuff, like in a professional capacity at least. Anyway, obviously we had her spiel to Clover about, you know, Mantle being sidelined for Amity Coliseum and Ironwood pet projects, as she put it. But it would be nice to actually hear her on her campaign, because we've heard a bit from Jacques, so now it's time to get the other side of it. And of course, you know, there's our girly question, there's the gift of Volume 7, as we've all been saying. I wonder how many we're going to see, like, because it's the night off. Obviously, Ruby and Penny for sure. Are any of the others with Ruby and Penny? Are we going to see different stuff going on that night from our heroes? Are we going to get a bit more sneak peek at our villains? We didn't get that last chapter, so... And I feel like that's getting closer, you know, with the way things are moving very quickly this volume. But anyway, no more speculation, guys, because we're going to get some answers. Here we go. Okay, here we go. What are we starting with? Okay, we're down in Mantle. Who's in the prison transport? Oh wow, they've arrested everyone. Oh, there's that guy.
Although rioting in Mantle is finally under control.
Okay, so they have brought it under control.
The majority of those involved were your supporters.
I don't condone rioting, especially when our city is being denied aid for the hardships we've already had to go through.
Damn,
But Jacques Schnee's latest stunt is holding the city hostage for his own political gain.
Wait,
So
well, there's someone else in
I
there.
understand their anger, but ask that they show it not in
Oh,
the
there is
streets,
other people.
but at the polls
Okay.
today.
Oh, dude, more training! Oh, yes, more Winterby White! Nice, White! Well done! Oh, wow, she beat her! that's brilliant. What? Who are you fighting? Really? Wow. Yo, that's... She can spin the hammerhead now? Nice. Oh, it's extending his aura.
Faster.
That's awesome. Oh,
Have you always
Nice.
been able to do that?
I don't
well. Not
know.
always.
I don't normally think it through that much.
You guys are
Yeah, we've
I
got
still
that.
don't even have my semblance.
Well, I bet
Oscar,
we'll all be
you'll
jealous.
get her. Oh, is Ren improving his semblance?
Clover wasn't kidding. You're really giving this your all.
Well, we have
Yeah,
to
they
with the way
are.
things are going.
Yeah, things are ramping up
Not
quick.
going well, are they?
Better Robin than Jacques Schnee.
Oh,
I suppose so.
yeah.
By the way, this election doesn't bode well for our stability.
It could be a
Ooh.
chance to work with Robin and get Mantle on your side.
The likelihood of that working...
She's right. You have to do something about Mantle. If you can
Damn.
get to trust you.
I bet if you opened up to her, she'd understand that you're being framed.
Is there more?
Perhaps. But
Oh, of course,
it will
of course,
only
the
work
framing
if
issue.
she's open too.
I take it
Yeah,
you're here for new mission
that
assignments.
is true.
You could say that.
The General and I want you to take the rest of the day to recuperate.
Oh, of course, yeah, it's the day off
giving
one.
us a night off?
Yeah, you need it.
After tonight's selection, we'll be waking up to a very different Atlas tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need you rested and ready for whatever
better
that
or
may
worse. It's true, because while Robin's a good person to be in council, Robin.
Robin Hill will fill the open council seat.
There's no way my father could have thought layoffs would do anything but hurt him. So
I was gonna
why
say,
announce
that was
this
a
the day
bad
before the
move.
election?
Just seems like a power play that backfired to me.
Dr.
Matter in a
Watts.
few hours, though.
Well, where are you guys going?
Team Funky invited us out dancing. Yang and I thought it would be good to get our minds off the election.
I thought
Yeah,
you said
good
Team
call.
Funky was annoying.
That's the best part about dance clubs.
I can't hear you.
Ruby, come on!
So they're
Still
going
can't
off with
believe
Team
you're going to that
Funky.
thing.
Just because Ironwood dislikes Robin doesn't mean we all have to. From where
Okay,
I'm
so they're
standing,
going.
both of them seem to be trying their best to help Atlas. As to
Yeah,
who's
they
doing
are.
A better job.
But a
She thinks
victory
Robin.
party?
Invite's still open if you want in. Penny's gonna be
So
working
they're-
security.
Oh, okay, that's why that makes sense. Penny's
Oh
and
my
Mantle,
gosh,
yeah.
no. You gotta do it like this.
Oh my
That's what
god,
I'm
well.
doing.
Blake cannot
Oscar and I are
dance.
hitting the movies. If anyone wants.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Hey, Jean, finally, you're going out somewhere wise. Hill is
I
here.
understand Weiss's point, though. A victory party does seem a bit premature.
Let them have one
Yeah, and with
Probably
Dr.
the
Watts
last
on
sure thing
side,
before Amity Tower
there's a
goes
very
up and
small
everyone learns
rise
about
on Jacques' side.
fighting.
We've spent
Oh,
so much
don't.
time worrying about how Ironwood will react to the truth about her. But have any of us considered how we're even going to beat her if we manage to work past that?
Jin said she can't
It's a good
be
point.
She told Oz that he couldn't destroy her.
Yeah,
But
very
maybe
specific.
someone else could?
Maybe someone else, and not necessarily
I
destroy.
don't know.
That might not be the answer.
We should be training.
Phrasing
right
is
now.
very
We've trained
important.
enough. Take some time
We
to...
don't have time.
No, Ren, you've been Volume 4, don't do it again. You have. Oh, see, he's slowly rising. Slowly. Wow, kick me, really? Oh, he's getting. It's slowly building up on his side.
Hey, Penny.
I feel Dr. Watts is influencing it.
It's just Marrow and I tonight, so more friends means more fun.
Just. Oh,
Where are the
Marrow!
others?
Let's see,
Like
Marrow.
the boys,
They're not.
And like an anchored, off doing their own thing. Again.
At least they're back to being friends.
Friends, huh? Just friends.
What
Oh,
else
God.
would they be?
Two people who've gone through that much? I think there's more going on.
Well, maybe one of them feels that way, but the other might be worried.
About what?
It's just.
Oh.
Things going on right
Okay, now I understand why Ruby's face was like that.
Who are we talking
Yeah.
about again? I'm not really sure.
It's true, Red and Nora could fit that description. Please don't leave me. Yeah, I feel for you there, Ruby. Hey, Marrow.
What are you doing here?
Just hanging out with a friend while she's on the job.
Oh, ow.
Look, try not to be too much of a distraction. We need to be vigilant in case.
In case what?
In case someone tries to start
Ooh.
trouble.
Oh, funny. That's why
Uh-oh.
we're here. So feel free to take a hike.
Listen, the general's trying to help,
Ooh.
all right? Just because you can't understand.
What's going on here, Wags? Oh, and the
She's
pipsqueak is
really
back.
She's really
We're
condescending.
concerned
I
about
don't like
security
her.
risks. Ma'am, the general doesn't want any surprises tonight.
Fine, but stay out of the way. If
You
I
don't
get elected
order
tonight,
him.
we'll all have to learn how to get along.
Yeah, you will.
Sure, we won't have any problems, as long as you stay within the law.
The law isn't
That's
perfect,
fair.
you know. It's certainly not equal.
Trust me, I'm well aware.
My only goal is that all the citizens
Yeah.
of Mantle and Atlas and Faunus have an equal shot at a good life.
That sounds great. And you're planning to do all that equalizing legally, right?
Everything I've done is legal.
Of course. 100%.
It's still going up. She's now at 60%.
Well, that worked.
I don't know how I feel about her, honestly. Like, I know she means well, but she's willing to do some shady
Scram,
shit.
kid. We've got a job to do.
Wow. Man, Ruby's getting the shit end of the stick this week. Oh, I love you, Ruby. Nah, this is not gonna go down well.
Please, just not do this right now.
Oh, what's going on? Yeah,
Thank everyone for
it's going up more. 43%. Have you noticed your numbers? He was on 30 earlier.
You're all thrilled that we chose Robin as our voice in Atlas. No one has fought harder for Mantle than she has. And
I mean, you can't deny that.
I know Robin will continue that fight on the council. Will you share a few words?
I need more convincing that you're a good person though, Robin. I know your intentions are good, but you seem really over-forceful.
I've never been much for public speaking. Probably wasn't my best idea ever to go into politics.
But she wanted to help. Oh, dude, look at 10% only now.
You said you believe in me, but I'm the one who believes in all of you. You've proven to me that as individuals,
I'm watching that
we
number.
are strong. But together, we are unstoppable.
Together, we're unstoppable.
So no matter
Together.
what happens tonight, win or lose,
Unite all.
we will continue to fight for our city. Because it is this city that
Ruby
brings
is
us
liking this.
together.
Oh, but look at your numbers. Oh, my Ren.
Now, and it's looking to be a closer race than anticipated.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry, it's in the bag.
Oh, but I feel Dr. Watts is yeah. Dr. Watts is influencing it. I know it.
What's going on? Why
Yeah,
won't you just
Ren.
talk to me?
Yeah, Ren, you've been really off.
Never been really good with talking.
Then screw talking.
Oh my god! Yeah! Together! Yo! Screw talking, yes! Oh, here we go. And Dr. Watts is about to finish the hacking. Oh no! I forgot about Tyrion! Is he gonna attack Robin? He's gonna go for Robin! Oh, Ruby, be careful! Oh, who? Oh no. Oh, God. Oh, it's gonna be a fucking massacre!
Penny, what's going on over there?
Oh my God, it's gonna be a massacre! Oh, it's brutal! Penny, be careful!
This is Ace Operative Marrow, requesting immediate assistance.
He has Penny on file!
Huntresses, to me! Come on, we've got to get you out of here.
Oh no! Oh!
Robin!
Crow, where are you? Oh, fuck! Penny, please be careful.
Right on time.
But it's over. Jock won.
And the winner of the Atlas Council election is...
Oh my God. And a massacre.
It's RWBY
God.
robot!
Oh! Oh no!
Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
No, they framed Penny!
New day in Atlas. We won.
Are you kidding me?
What happened? It was Tyrion! Tyrion's here!
Oh my God! They're gonna hate all the Atlas people. Oh, that's a great semblance. Yeah, go! Oh, Penny, it's not your fault.
I'm okay.
Is she?
Don't even think about it.
This wasn't us.
Go.
I swear.
Oh my god, there's gonna be a fucking civil war.
I think we are done for tonight.
Oh my god, I can't believe how perfectly they pulled that off. This is the best duo in this setup.
A surprise
in Atlas.
victory by SDC Mining Corporation CEO Jacques Schnee. Last-minute voter turnout produced a dark horse victory for the dust industry leader.
Oh my god. You guys need to get out of here. Get out of Mantle. Oh, she feels terrible.
Penny.
The city she was sworn to protect. Yes.
Penny.
Don't stay, Penny. Please. It wasn't you. Penny.
Grim.
The Grim! I was about to fucking say. Oh my god. Oh my god, a whole... Is that it, really? That was all one... Fuck, that was one long scene! Pretty much. Oh my god. I knew he was gonna win. I saw those numbers going... Oh my god. Fucking hell, RoosterTeeth. Yo. I mean, I was half right when I said about Tyrion v Robin. It wasn't quite there. Fuck. Robin was hostile enough already. Oh my god. I'm honestly, I'm breathless right now. I'm blown away by what just happened. I saw half of that coming and the other half punched me in the face while I still was coming to terms with it. I'll be back in a second. Yo, that episode, I don't even know where to start. I actually had to take a break before I came and did this bit of a video because... Fuck! All I can say is... I cannot believe what I just saw. Like, that play... Do you think things went well for the villains in the Beacon trilogy? This is halfway. Like, this is literally halfway. Like, you know, it's an odd number, so pretty much. And shit hit the fan. What the villains did work so fucking well. Like, it was too perfect. Dude, Dr. Watts and Tyrion in Atlas. That is by far the most deadly setup for villains we've had in this show. You know, barring Salem as an entity, doing stuff in the show, this is scary. Like, for the first time, I'm legitimately scared for our like I'm genuinely scared what's gonna happen in this show at this point. I know I normally talk about things in order, but I've got to jump to what happened. I mean, but there was also that really nice before. You know, I'm gonna try and cover the other bits before. Of course, they're continuing to train on you. They're really going at it very hard because again, some great stuff happened earlier. It was just it all ramped up at the end. But yeah, some great stuff at the beginning. We're seeing Team RWBY and Team Junior or Team Juniper continue to train. You know, we see Weiss finally beat Winter in a match, which, damn, that's impressive. Like, Winter has by far more experience. RWBY really ensures she can hone her ability to split into the multiple pieces, to literally go through things. I don't know if she technically goes around them, but you know what I mean. She can go past obstacles, you know, without having to deviate properly. So it'll speed her up even more because, you know, speed is her thing, and as Harriet said, there's probably more going on than you realise, which I've had that theory for some time that it's more than simply speed. Like, that's not just speed what she does, it's rose petals and she can literally split apart. You know, so yeah, I don't know. Like, Harriet is a speedster. I mean, she literally resembles the Flash. The way she runs over, like, the lightning, everything. So that was really cool, and just see everyone perhaps do John, like, I guess maybe he's, like, extending his aura a bit, because you see his aura, and that's what, how have I forgotten his name? Damn it. Vine. That's his name, sorry. Obviously, Vine suggested that to Jean last time they were training, was have you considered extending your aura? And it's now been confirmed by Oscar that Jean's recovery rate of aura is improving, which is great, because that means not only has he got lots of aura, can recharge it quick. That's going to be hard to take down, honestly. That'll really make Jean more, like, Jean is no longer just there for strategy. He's super useful now. Like, he's got an incredibly powerful shield, which also can technically fire now. It's got gravity in it. Like, you can shoot at Grim coming at you, so it's kind of a gun, I guess. His sword, you know, obviously, it got the upgrade in Volume 4 to become the Great Sword, or like the Broadsword, whatever kind of sword it is. I'm not an expert. And now you assume you can infuse Hard Light into that because the sheath is the shield, and the sheath becomes part of the Great Sword. So a better shield, a better sword rather. And now he has even more aura to take more damage, can recharge it faster. So that's really great for Jean, honestly. It makes him really useful. And he's still got a great tactical mind. So, going to be very good in combat now, honestly, from every angle. Can take hits, can dish them out, and knows how to utilize himself and whoever's around him at the time. So that's really awesome. See, Nora, much like Ruby's hammer, no, not Ruby's hammer. I think much like Ruby's weapon, now Nora's, like, the head of it can also turn around, which is pretty good for, like, quickly dealing with enemies side to side, as opposed to having to swing, especially when you've got a massive weapon like Magenhild or Crescent Rose. Having to turn the whole thing could be slow, especially, you know, if you're not Ruby with a speed semblance. Just having the head spin, like, much faster, mechanical, and a smaller thing to turn. So that will really help in the future. Oscar getting a little bit depressed about, you know, he hasn't even found his semblance yet, but again, he's young, you know. He's by far the youngest of the group. Jean only unlocked his Volume 5, don't worry about it, mate, you're going to get there. You have done less fighting than all of them, any of them individually. You still have done less by far than even the one with the least experience, who, I guess, is Jean. And you're still well behind on the experience for that. You know, the first fight you really took part in was in Volume 5. So, at the finale of Volume 5, like the Battle of Haven. So by that point, even Jean had become pretty awesome. You know, you saw him fight the Knuckle of V in the Volume 4 finale. So yeah, anyway, I'm going on about that. But yeah, great to see them getting better. And you see Ironwood and Clover's respect for them, the amount they're putting in, the progress they're making. Fantastic work. And Ironwood has ordered them to take the night off because you can't burn yourself out. And I know Ren was opposing it, but Ren, you've been there in Volume 4. I know I said it briefly in my reaction, but I was cut off by more important talking. But Ren, if you push too hard, you're gonna die. You may want to help, but you have to know when enough is enough. You have to know when to live to fight another day, when to rest, when to regroup, anything. Just, you can't go head first. Yang learned that the hard way. You nearly learned that in an even harder way. You nearly died for it. Yang lost her arm for it. You have to be careful. You've got to be clever in these times. It's not simply fighting a few Grim. You're literally fighting for the world. And an enemy that wants to see its end. So yeah, I'm glad I would step forward with that. So Blake and Yang went off with Team Funky. I doubt we'll see any of that. In fact, we won't, because shit happened there. We're not going to just jump to that point. That'd be really breaking up the tension. So Blake and Yang went off to do that. I love how quickly Weiss went with Jean and Oscar. Like, we're going to move this. Yep. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, Jean was not expecting that, I don't think. And even Oscar was like, hey, look at you, Jean. Like, that's pretty funny. I think even Oscar being like Jean's wingman for Weiss. That's pretty funny. And then Ruby, Nora, and Ren go to the political debate to join, obviously, because they know Penny's going to be there. And you can quite clearly see that Nora is very pro-Robin. You can tell from the way she is. And I know from what I've said in these last two chapters, I'm not anti-Robin. I'm just not pro-Robin either. Anyway, we're gonna get to that shortly. In fact, because now we're on the streets of Mantle, and as we can see, so I was writing one of my thoughts of thinking that the Atlas military have indeed, they've arrested people, like taken some people into custody. You got people in cuffs, some people in the transport, obviously for the riots they did. And I like how they probed Robin, saying like, these were your supports, how do you feel? And she was clever, you gotta admit, she's playing the political game well, saying I don't approve of riots, but she could understand where their grief came from. They've already been suffering. They're suffering more by losing the supplies, so they're angry. So she tries to deflect it back onto Atlas and Ironwood, who of course already is being framed for murder. And we'll get to that shortly. And then of course you have the whole talk about Blake and Yang, but really that was a stepping stone to talk about Ren and Nora, which has been obviously, you know, a thing since we met the characters, quite frankly. Since the first day we met Ren and Nora, we knew Nora fancied Ren. It was obvious from the get-go. Their first interaction is Nora spewing her heart out to Ren so lovingly. And clearly it's tension, like the tension has finally got to this point. Because yes, Ren made, it was a bit of an off comment in the community when Ren just brushed off Nora's compliment about the outfit in the mines. I let that one go, because it was their first time they were on a, you know, they were actually on a proper mission with not only huntsmen and huntresses, but the best of huntsmen and huntresses for arguably one of the most important missions in recent history, if not all of history of huntsmen. It's only been 80 years after all. So that's not really a time to be flirting. It's time to be serious. But then even now, yeah, he was still being very off with her. She even called him out on it. She does call it Ren out. And she's like, why don't you talk to me? He's like, I've never been good with talking. And that's just proves like Ren, he struggles with dealing with his emotions. Because in the Volume 4 finale, you do see him put his hand on Nora. She leans into him. It's like the closest we get to a Nora. And by that point, I did consider it kind of canon. But then the writers, they went away. They basically backtracked, honestly, from that. And they went back to how it was before, with just Nora being flirty and Ren just kind of there. And I'm so glad that Nora just, like, you gotta realise after all these years, Ren isn't gonna make that move, even if he feels that way. And, you know, I can relate to Ren in that scenario. I've literally been through that scenario that he just went through. And she finally just said, for God's sake, okay, we're not gonna talk anymore. And she just grabs him and kissed him, and they go into the sweetest loving embrace, and it was too beautiful. And I should have known things were gonna go bad after that. Fuck you, RoosterTeeth. Fuck you. Like, I watched those numbers all the way from when RWBY, Ren and Nora were walking through Mantle, and you could see the 30% to 70% ratings. And then when you get to the hall, it's 33. And then I'm like, yeah, it's gonna go up more. And then you just see it creep, and I'm like, yep, he's gonna win. And we know that Dr. Watts is playing a part in all of this. And then we get more of the animosity between Mantle and Atlas, you know, obviously with Marrow and the Huntresses, Robin, RWBY, like, I get it. Robin has the right ideas, but she's not that much, she's not a very nice person, like, for no reason, like, I forgot what she called Marrow, it was condescending, I forget what she called him now, and then calling RWBY again, oh, it's the Pipsqueak again, like, fuck you, like, honestly, like, I did not like that bit about her. I'm not fully against her, but she needs to buck her attitude up. As she even says, you're gonna have to get along. I know she didn't get the seat, admittedly, but she would have to get along if she had got the seat. And luckily, a fight does not break out between them all. Yeah, just it was so fucking heavy, and of course, you know, we're talking about that, and we get to the point where she comes onto the stage and the numbers are like 10% apart at that point. It was 40%, we're now down to a quarter of what it was. And then the reveal of our villains comes into play. Dr. Watts and Tyrion begin their move, and talk about checkmate. Tyrion in the crowd, RWBY realises too late, and Dr. Watts shuts off the lights, hacks the election, Tyrion slaughters everyone, Penny comes out as they predicted she would. People lay dead on the floor. Penny has him dead to rights. He goes. Penny is framed for the murder of countless supporters of Robin, including what appears, you know, I don't know what state the Huntress was in, the Lamb Huntress. But obviously, and like, you can just see Penny looks out, and she just feels terrible. And obviously, then the guy like, it's Ironwood's robot, and I'm like, fucking hell, you serious? Like, that went too to plan. It was too perfect. And dude, Robin, and they nearly shot Marrow. Robin chucks RWBY aside, even though RWBY was clearly trying to help. And Marrow just tried, and like there's thank fuck for Marrow someone stopping the Huntresses and the other angry people coming at them. They get Penny out of there because she's the focus right now. But dude, and Marrow's wearing Atlas Special Ops uniform, so he's going to be a major target too. And they get out, luckily. And you can see and like, Marrow, bless his fucking heart. Like, I'm so sorry, like, we didn't do this, I swear. As Ruby's dragging him out the building before a riot. Before they kill him, like, before literally more blood was spilled. And the way Robin just looks at them as they leave, like, she's ready to go at the fucking war with these people. I can only hope that she's smart enough to realise how, like, why would they do it? I mean, I know Iron was been framed for murdering supporters of Robin, and the fact that Robin was about to win. Fuck, man, like, oh, it was too well played. And then just to twist the knife, they get outside. You see Penny, she's tearing up as she hears Mantle descend into chaos, and she can't help. As she's told, Mary told her to get back to Atlas, get away from here. You're now hated by everyone. You're public enemy #1. Barring maybe Ironwood and Jacques, but you're hated. You just supposedly slaughtered innocent people and tried to kill Robin. Like, oh my god, and then she goes, Grimm come, and they have to fight off this overwhelming swarm of manticores while being hated by everyone who's there. Like, fuck, man. I don't know how, like, I don't know what's gonna happen next. I feel like they've played their piece, the villains now. They've done what they needed to. All hell's gonna break loose. Jacques is now in council. Yeah, I don't know where this is gonna go. Now, I had to take time to recover before doing this, and quite frankly, I think I need more time just talking about this to recover after this. I know I've gone on for a long time on this one, but there was just so much to fucking take in. So fucking much, and I'm not particularly happy with it. Like, I mean, I love it, like, from a story standpoint, brilliant, but my heart can't take that. Just, yeah. Penny being sad is the saddest thing in the world. Yeah, like, I think I'm going to end this here because I could go on all day about what happened here. I covered everything I could as brief as I could. I know it wasn't particularly brief. If you got this far, thank you. I do hope you enjoyed hearing my many strong thoughts about what was happening in this episode. So please do give it a like, a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reaction. Comment down below about anything. Just fucking anything. And subscribe if you want to see what happens next in the craziness that is RWBY Volume 7. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.